right, it is 11:50. I think we're gonna be back online here, CJ.
Yep, we
Oh
just
yeah.
popped back
All
up.
right, it is 11:50. I think we're gonna be back online. I can see you're doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have the YouTube up to see when we're back on. All
yeah.
right.
I had my phone too loud on that one, but we
No,
gotta
you're
keep up
good,
to
man.
date with
You're good.
everything.
All right, I gotta pull up what this event. I forgot what this event is, so I gotta look at this really quick.
Well, that Bubba's Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you go about it since you're looking it over right now.
Oh wow, very cool. Okay, yeah. So athletes are going to run through 4 sandbags, increasing weight. The first sandbag will be pressed. The second sandbag will be shouldered to both sides, which is an interesting twist. And then athletes will move to the third bag and carry it 40 feet. And then athletes will move to the fourth and heaviest bag where they will load over the bar if whatever remaining time is left. Oh, that is brutal. 75 seconds, CJ. This is going to suck. Ow.
Definitely going to be a challenge for all these athletes. Anything over a minute, I feel like is a big challenge that we see with
Yeah,
athletes. But
it's
like
like
having again multiple things that they have to accomplish on this is what makes it, one of the hardest challenges we have. We're going to see today.
yeah, I'm interested in seeing that. We might see some new point leaders. That being said, Lennis in first place has been pretty dominant today, but it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out since I do feel it's very cardiovascular intensive. So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting seeing.
we started off very static, moved into a middle ground kind of thing, but now we're onto something that's definitely going to be a gasser. That's kind of what we're aiming for in this, right?
Yeah, I absolutely think so. So we should have Angela going up first here. Let me see. I might watch over here. Angela, yep, she is going to press that first sandbag. A little bit of a struggle there on the clean, but looks like she's going to have to try it one more time. CJ, have you ever had a sandbag press in a competition?
I have not had a sandbag press actually. I kind of played around with it, but it's just something This is one of the things that we're definitely had to focus on during this because sandbag shoulder, I think I've downloading, I understand, but that unwieldy feeling when you think of like the mechanics of any kind of sandbag movement, right? You want to get it to its point where it's the sand's helping you, but with a press, I think it's moving faster is what you got to do, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Just
I
get it
definitely agree. I
before it
think you'd be great
settles.
at I think you'd be great at sandbag press because I do feel it's a very if you're a statically strong person, I do feel it's very it's like cake press. I feel like cake presses are really good if you're someone who has a good strict press. Um, but this is a different challenge. This sandbag clean and press is a very different animal from what we're used to.
Yes, it's definitely one of the bigger challenges you'll see in strongman. Or I mean, it's just one of those things. That just anything with the moving parts, right? Keg has either water or sand. Sandbag, same idea. You want to have it be where it's helpful for you. So, like a lot of times when you're doing a sandbag, you're trying to get it flipped to your shoulder before the sand settles at the bottom, where it's going to be heaviest. The
Yeah,
press
and
is the same idea. You're trying to
I
get it
think we
above
just saw
head.
I think we just saw Julianne do what you just mentioned. She just smoked that sandbag press. It looked like she did get that sand to help her a little bit.
Correct. So
So
it's one of those things where you can make it feel lighter.
absolutely. And she smoked the sandbag to shoulder. All right. Okay, here we go. We have a good run so far. What would be your favorite part of this medley?
I mean, I love sandbag to shoulder. It's such a fun thing. Basically, anything after the press sounds amazing. Get through the press and just work is
Yeah, I
kind of like
agree.
where I'm at.
I'm with you. I don't want to have to press
Um,
the sandbag. If I can do the other three, I'd be super happy. But man, having to press the
yeah,
sandbag. All right. And she's
but I
on that
mean,
sandbag load.
yeah. And at this point, you're just taxed. I mean, I think even one's going to be big points.
I think so too. And this sandbag, this is a heavy sandbag. I need to look at the weight matrix, but I believe that they have gone up to yeah, so this is now a 220 sandbag, which that's a heavy sandbag load. At
Yeah,
the end of this medley for these women, starting with a 135 press, a 175 to both shoulders, a 200 carry into that 220. That's heavy. That's hard.
yeah.
I think
Shout
this is
out.
Kirsten Matthews. Is that Kirsten Matthews running the sandbag back?
Yeah,
I
that's
think it is.
Panda. Yeah, Panda.
Okay.
The hardest worker in the room is probably her right now, running it back and forth. No, taking nothing away from the athletes, but
That's
that's a
hard.
bit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard. So next we're going to go into Taylor. And Taylor hit 3 reps at that 135 log press. So it'll be interesting to see how she does here. She pulled 405 at the start of the show. We'll see how she does. Hopefully, we get a good performance.
I mean, I assume so. Especially like if you get through those moving events, this is like I wouldn't say easier. It's just like if you can move, you can move. You know, that's
For
the
sure.
thing. And something that's cardiovascularly driven, it's going to be helpful on these ones. So as we progress, we're going to be seeing these more cardiovascular athletes probably go through.
Yeah, I think it is a good movement in strongman to have these more cardio taxing events. I think it takes a little bit away from that static mover prototype and gives us different kind of athletes to enjoy.
All right, here she goes.
Oh,
Press
nice.
nice and fast.
Wow.
Yeah. It benefits
Wow.
explosiveness. That's the biggest thing. These movements always benefit your explosive movements. Getting at the
Yeah.
shoulder. Did you see what
They're
she did
being
with
pretty
it?
hard.
She
They're being
did,
pretty rough on those down calls, huh? For the
yeah.
for the press. Whew.
She did
That's
my
okay.
favorite technique though, where she pulled the bag towards her, which that'll
Yeah.
do let the sand flip and help her. So that's
Oh
something very
yeah.
beneficial.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. She's moving. All right. We're gonna see a few loads at 220 here. I think.
Yeah. She understood the assignment. She came in ready for this gauntlet, and you can just tell in every
Yeah.
piece.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. Come on. Get a pick here at that 220. Man, what a tough way to end. Oh yeah. I think she's got it. Come on.
Yeah,
Get
she's
those
just
hands.
got to extend,
Get back.
going
Get back.
through.
Oh man. Oh,
Mm.
you hate to see it. Come on.
Your legs are just taxed by the end of this, though.
Yeah.
Like she was
Yeah.
so explosive in the beginning, and
She was. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Oh man. Yeah. She moved those. She'll get good points based on her time there through the first
yeah,
three.
which sometimes that's a big part of the game. That's why I'm saying like one rep on that load might be a game changer for these women. That's something that we could see very much here.
Yeah, I think our next lifter now, we should be moving on to Amber. Amber is currently sitting in third. She's typically a lightweight or middleweight women competitor.
Hmm.
She killed that log press. 175 log for 3 reps, outweighs her by about 30 pounds. She did fantastic.
Love to see it. So again,
Yeah.
an athlete's used to more speed, maybe not the weight. So that's where this is going to be. She's going to be basically battling the clock at this point. Because there's two ways to attack this right now. You've seen what's happened before you. You're trying to beat their time or get that rep. So
Yeah. And I really hope that Amber is able to hit a rep here. It'd be fun to see her hit a 220. But you're right, giving up weight in this event is hard too, though, because that sandbag's heavy.
it's a heavy
Oh,
bag. So
it's a heavy bag, dude. Yeah.
she just needs to figure out before I walk into this, I would be thinking, okay, what's my goal? Am I trying to win the rep or win the race? And if
Yeah.
I'm winning the rep, I still take it slow, and that's a risk I take. And I'm trying to win the race, I'm sending the whole time.
Yeah, I think if I'm Amber, I think I'm going to try to win the race, like you said. I think that's
Yeah.
wow, nice press.
Very clean
So
on the press, very fast. Yeah, very beneficial
yeah,
for her. Again, lighter athlete needs to use that explosiveness, use that cardiovascular abilities. Good shoulder right there. Nice
oh man,
pop.
she is smoking that
Yep.
sandbag. Nice. Okay, come on, Amber, get through this one quick. Let's get some points here.
You gotta get the fast feet. This is like where
Yeah,
that
she's gotta
weight
get
is gonna be done.
moving. Oh, there we go.
Good high on the
Okay.
hips.
This is gonna be close though to that last time, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think
we're
it's
gonna
gonna
need
be
split time
close.
for that one.
Oh, and
All right.
you know what though? She's gonna rest for a second. She's gonna play it
That
smart.
that is the best thing you can do here. You've seen the other athletes struggle here. You don't need to rush. You've got
No.
all the remaining 75 seconds. Take it. You need one. You need one for big points here. Like
Ooh,
you
she's
can.
got your lap.
She's gonna have to really get that dug in there. She's gonna have to
Yeah, she
really
is.
extend.
Oh yeah, no, she might be a little taxed here.
It's your that carry is just not easy either. So
No, I mean a 200-pound carry in the women's division is like that's heavy, regardless of weight class. That is a heavy carry.
yeah. And again, it's we're seeing the strategy here. Maybe the whole strategy of this one is sprint and then take all the time and go for that one.
I think that'd be very smart. We saw it with a couple of the guys on the log press in the last event. Some of those 231 guys recognize I'm not going to hit more than one. I'm going to rest for 40 seconds before I even try one,
Yeah.
and they were successful. So we'll see. All right. Ooh. Olivia has been very strong today. I would not be surprised to see her hit a rep on that 220 sandbag.
I mean, it's possible. It's
You're like, oh,
it's hard, dude. These women are working hard today. These events
women
are
are working hard.
combination of everything we got going on.
It's
Oh man,
tricky.
yeah. You got to change your mindset on each lift. It's not just about getting it to X or going through a ladder. It's about I got to explode this to the top. Cool. Now I've got to explode it to here. Cool. Now I've got to carry this. Now I've got to lean back and try to get that extension. It's just a lot of posterior chaining. It gets harder each way as you go
Your
through.
back is just fried. Yeah, you're just fried. You're fried.
They only deadlifted earlier too. No big deal. They only
No big deal. They deadlifted. They had a frame carry. They log press. And
yeah
these women hit some reps on that log.
yeah.
So yeah. Whew, ooh, all right. Well, hey, here we go. We got the last two athletes. This is exciting.
Yeah.
Well, CJ, I'm glad you could join us, man. I'm sorry to hear about your internet. That sucks.
Yeah, it's just system updates. Unfortunate living an apartment life, but I'm glad we got in here. Like I said, I only missed a couple events, so I got the
Yeah,
majority of the show for you.
yeah,
Caught me
you're
up to
good.
speed.
Exactly. We're good. So this will be Olivia Powell. She's had a really good day so far. You can see her. She's setting her sandbags how she wants it. CJ, I'm gonna guess we're gonna get a rep here on that 220 bag. I'm gonna guess we get a
You're putting
rep.
it in there, you're putting it out in the universe.
I'm putting it out to the universe. I think we'll get a rep here.
I think by the speed she's going right now, she has to get that rep. Like no
I
offense
think,
on that, it was just very controlled.
yeah.
Um,
And that sandbag press. Oh,
ooh,
okay. Yeah, let's see. Come on, you gotta get that to your shoulder. You got it, Olivia.
there you go. Get set.
Yeah, get set, get to your shoulder.
There you go.
She's got there. She's got to get to that other shoulder now.
This is
And
what
that's
screwed me up a little bit. I've never trained to both shoulders, as odd as
me
that
neither.
is.
Me
Um,
neither.
so again, the uniqueness of the show and the different challenges these athletes have had to face so far.
Yeah. I think it was probably very fun to train for the first 2 weeks, and then you probably got sick and tired of it after
You're
that
grinding
point.
through it. Yeah, I mean that's any show.
Okay.
All
So she is gonna get to that sandbag. Let's see a pick here at that 220. She got there. All right, come on, Olivia.
She at this point, with the pace, so she doesn't lose ground, she has to hit this.
She's got to hit this. Yeah, or Amber's gonna jump her here in the standings for
She was
sure.
very quick. Yeah, she was very quick on that.
Oh,
But
okay. She's got it to her lap. It
she's
looks like
powerful, so she can get that extension. She has to send it right here.
she is powerful.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
Closest so far, but I think that's gonna be all she wrote on that one.
yeah, you got one shot at that bag. It was just definitely.
Yeah.
I think it was, and you can go back and nitpick anything. I think it was the fact that she had to re-clean that shoulder twice. That was that like 3% they needed. With
Yeah,
all of
that,
that.
that tiny little slither to get that extra 2 inches over the bar.
Because she had it 95% of the way. It
She did.
was going, and just that's the thing about events like this. They're really challenging every piece of your body.
Yeah, so we're going to see a change in the standings then. So Amber's going to jump into second place. And
Mhm.
I'm going to anticipate, I think I feel like I'm butchering this name, so I apologize. Illness. I don't know, maybe CJ's better with names than I am. But
I'm letting
she's
you do it.
looking good on the day. Her 464 looked like a joke on deadlift. I think she just pulled that to win. The 175 for 5. She even missed a rep because she missed a down command. I think she'll be okay here.
Yeah. So if you're her and you think you have it in the tank, I assume you've hit the 200 few times. Do you still want to blitz at the beginning, or do you want to just take the controlled and go for that single?
I think I'm taking the single. What about you? I think she gambles on herself.
See, I am always terrified of day of show, so I would still try to blitz the
Yeah.
first three and then take as much time as I need to hit that last one. I'd rather bank on myself for my speed, which is funny that I always bank. I prefer bank on my speed than my strength. As weird as that
Yeah.
sounds, personally. So
Yeah. No, I get that. I totally get that. And here we go. Okay, so let's see. She ready? Come on. Oh, yep, she's ready.
there we go.
All right. Man, I'm nervous for her. Why am I nervous? All right, come on.
Uh, I
Here.
want to see. I want to see her hit the rep though. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Quick pop. Good.
Wow. And she had some great. Her hands were really high over the top of that sandbag.
Yep. That perfect form on that. The hug position on the flip for that. Yep.
She's wow, and she looks like she's essentially just one motion. Those sandbag the shoulders,
Yep.
nice. Okay, 200 sandbag carry. Looks like she's gonna take it a little bit slower.
So she's
gonna
going
take-
your strategy at this point. She's making sure she doesn't fatigue out with everything we have going on here. So it's something working with.
Wow.
Big pop.
She's,
Really getting her legs room.
yeah, she really got that sandbag. Man,
It's one of those things that
just
she could have carried that for days in that position.
yeah,
She had the best position. So,
that was sitting on her neck.
yeah,
All right, come on,
it
220.
was a
Just hit
sandbag
for one.
die. All right.
Sandbag die. All right, come on, just hit for one. You got it. Give us a show.
I think she has it. I think based on everything I've
All right,
seen so far, I think she has it.
good pick. But she's just
Big hit.
powerful.
Oh,
Oh, ran out of gas. And now
that's a big deal. That's a
that is a
big
big deal.
deal.
Amber was down 3 points going into this event.
And like
I
based on the times of the athlete, she made up ground. She definitely made up some ground.
We might have a tie in the lightweight women's or in the open women's division after that event.
Yeah, that did a big
Wow.
shift because again, that's why I'm saying I would bank on my speed personally because like I've
Oh,
but there's merit to every strategy. You know, it either works or it doesn't, and it looks great when it does, looks bad when it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything bad about the athlete. It's just you stick with what you trained. You know.
yep. It's like the Detroit Lions not punting or not
Yeah.
kicking field goals. Looks great when it works, looks terrible when it doesn't.
Yeah, but this would be a good shakeup. There's still a couple more events. Again, anything can happen in strongman. We've seen shakeups all over the place, especially with the point spread this tight.
Wow, so that's really interesting. So we'll see when they update the scores where we end up here. But yeah, I anticipate we might see a change there in the top.
Yeah, it's either going to be a tie or like 1 point difference at this point, based on depending on how fast other athletes were. Those early athletes were still very quick as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, I agree. Man, okay. So we're gonna see what ends up happening next.
Yep, they're updating the scores right now. So they're
Oh, come on.
shout out to our scorekeepers for making it so quick. That's
Yeah, I gotta say too, I'm really impressed with the volunteers. Like getting through a max mammoth bar deadlift in an hour is pretty solid. Like that's hard. That's hard to do, and they got through it.
yeah. Any max is hard to get through within an hour. Like, let's be honest here. Like, hour and a half is like the minimum time we see for a lot of maxes. And I assume they let the athletes take the time they needed as well, which is very important. Because
Yeah.
you can't rush things.
No, you want athletes to have their best possible outcomes.
So, speaking of this event, what would you be most excited for of this whole event?
So out of this entire show, mine would be the frame carry to the log press.
Okay.
I would be super amped for that event. The one that I would be least excited for is the sandbag throw over bar. It's just not like a super friendly event for me, selfishly as an athlete. I think it's really cool when guys are good at it, but when you're watching me do it, it doesn't look as cool. So I would like the events where I look really good. What about you? I mean, you're just mammoth bar, right? Come on, like you can't pull my right. I mean, mammoth bar.
I mean, honestly, you would think I'd do the mammoth bar. I think the frame carry to log press as well. I think that would be my favorite event. I think that would just be something. I love moving events. I love all that. The mammoth bar is also something good. I'm not a huge fan of a mammoth bar personally. The whip is just something to get used to.
Yeah,
I don't get a lot of guys. A mammoth bar benefits slower pullers, like more methodical. And I'm very aggressive off the floor, so I have to pull
you are
completely.
very aggressive. Yeah, I have a mammoth bar pull next weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, so Chris says he's going to show scores in a minute. Oh,
Yeah.
first athlete is setting up. Okay, so the first athlete's now setting up.
Yep.
And
Yeah, they were showing scores for a while there. It just didn't seem like it got fully updated yet. They were just kind of giving an update with that, according to live stream. But now it looks like the men are about to go up.
yeah, so we got Adam going up first, and Adam got one rep at the 265 log last run. It looks like the way they did it online, if you're curious, is they just gave guys higher scores based on their time. So like the 265 for one, it scored higher than the 262 for one because the 265 for one was a little bit faster.
Yeah.
All right. So who's our first athlete here? Who we got? We got Adam.
Yeah. Adam, I just competed with recently too. Is the crazy thing. He was at the Bricktown show.
Oh, cool. I'm wondering if he's a little beat up. It looks like he just took his opener on the Mammoth Bar and then kind of called it. So I'm wondering if he's a little beat.
Well, talking with him, deadlift is one of his weaker events. It's the one thing he needs to work on the most. We didn't have a deadlift at Bricktown when we competed against each other. He took second on the log with a 280-pound log press for his max, second to myself. But that was still a solid log press on that.
Oh,
So he's
for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Great outcome.
And this is an athlete that walks around like 210 pounds, like
Yeah. What's
total.
interesting, so our top two guys too, Justin Weavers is about 212, and then Tyler's obviously right around 210 himself. Wow,
Yep.
great. There we go. Press that, Adam. Did he get
Adam,
it?
if
Oh,
Adam
he
gets, they didn't give it to
pressed.
him.
Oh, oh, that hurt.
Adam just has to
Oh,
get to the sandbag load. If he gets the sandbag
yes.
load, we will see reps on reps on reps, because he is arguably might be the best stone loader in the 90s when he cuts weight to 90. So
Oh, so, okay. Is he done there?
I think it's
I think
finished up. Yeah.
that's too bad. That's unfortunate. But like you said, different strengths for different athletes. Just something he's gonna have to continue working on is some of these static strength events. Will be exciting once he gets that full package together. What he can do.
Yeah, because he's an athlete that has loaded multiple like 400-pound stones.
That's amazing.
That's something that like he just does consistently. So it's just, but sometimes an event, especially a show like this where there's multiple movements, you got to get to the stuff you're good at. So that's why the Stormman's about being a balance as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But one thing I can't wait to see from him, he'll put on a show when it comes to that sandbag toss. That's another event he is great at. Tall, long leverages. So
Yeah, no. So he should. Yeah, he'll get some points back here these last two events. He's
for
got
sure.
it. Adam, we believe in you. You can do it, man. Keep
Yeah,
fighting.
super nice guy too. So he's actually
Yeah.
supposed to compete next week as well. But I'm not sure if he's going to go to that show.
Oh
So
my goodness, man! Hey,
yeah.
you love to see it, man. Guys, who'll just jump in and do this sport.
Oh yeah, because I'm doing the show next week as well, and he was signed up for it. He's like, I might, but 3 shows in 4 weeks. That's a tall order.
Yeah, I did that in August, and that was really tough. So hopefully he completes it and does well. And here's Jeremy Shell. We all know Jeremy. We all love
Oh,
Jeremy.
Jeremy, yeah,
Yeah, good
one of the
guy,
best.
man.
Yep, Redbeard coming up here. He's been training hard for these sandbags, so it's something we'll see. Again, if he gets to the load, I think he's going to get it.
Yeah, and he was a little bit disappointed in his frame to log press. So hopefully he can have a great run here and get some momentum into these next few events.
Yeah, how did he do on the? I missed that event for
He
him. So
just
what
he
did?
went for 265 and missed it.
Okay, that's
So I
unfortunate.
think he was just and that's something there's the down. Man, they
Yeah.
are being very consistently tough on that down command.
I mean, I don't care if you're challenging, but you just got to be consistent. That is a beautiful shoulder.
That doesn't surprise me that Jeremy, yeah, he's
Yeah,
but
very athletic individual.
if as long as the judging is consistently tough, you are good. And
Yeah,
this judge has been fantastic today with his calls.
yeah,
Nice, Jeremy. And now we're going to see some reps here. Jeremy's going to hit a couple for sure.
yeah. Very good loader. The question is he wearing his work boots today? I haven't seen him all day. He's been known lately.
I actually have not seen the work boots just yet.
Mm.
So I did see Justin has the jorts going. So we do have, and then Josh Pinkerton has like wild lime green socks. So
I like this. As you know me, I love the show your personality in strongman.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, this is rep
right.
number 3, right, for Jeremy?
Yep, this should be his 3rd rep. Very consistent with each one.
Oh, press it, Jeremy, press it.
He's got room underneath it. That's again some of the perks of it being a bag. You can get it set there and just get it over versus a stone that might have spun back on him.
Yeah, no, that was really good. And hey, so I just want to update really quick. They did update the women's scores. And yeah, we have Amber and Elinas now tied for first in the open women's class. Olivia's in third with 13 points. Taylor is in fourth with 12. So we have Amber and Elinas tied at 14, Olivia with 13, and Taylor with 12. So we have a battle for that podium.
Yeah, it can go anybody's way, especially with the toss coming soon. That's going to be a game changer for how much they've trained it.
Yeah, that's the variable event. That's always the variable event.
As we've spoken of your show coming up, you have a sandbag toss, and I'm kind of programming a little bit. It's one of those events you either hyper train and get really good at it, or don't train at all and you hope for the best. In my opinion.
And you accept it. Yeah, and I think my approach has always been to try maximize points in every event. But I totally understand the second approach, where if you're going to lose points, focus on the other events, do really well on 4 out of 5 events, and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean that's just one of those things. I mean, I used to be bad at sandbag toss for a long time until I had to train for Clash of the 80s and it was max height and I was
You had
training
to.
every day.
Yeah,
Huh?
you
15
had to.
tosses a day every day. That was the rule because it doesn't tax you. But it's one of those
No.
things that just like you have to keep doing. You have to feel each motion. It's just a weird one. All right,
We
new
got
athlete coming up.
Yep, Andrew. And Andrew's had a good day so far. He's hit some PRs. I hope the Andrew. Oh, nice.
Okay.
That was a very clean press.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay,
Good
sandbag charge.
shoulder.
Nice. There we go. Come
Yep.
on,
Very
Andrew.
fast on his shouldering dip. Oh, falling a little bit ahead of him, but you got it back in. Good.
I do
Another
have to look at
question.
the weight matrix. I've lost the weight matrix in my thinking here. So for these guys, that was a 200 and the 220 to shoulder. This is a 250 carry, Andrew the smoked, and then 275 for max reps over the bar.
All right, he's got 3 to tie Jeremy right now.
I think he's going to get that. He's
Yeah.
moving very well.
He's moving with confidence. It's something I like when you see someone's first rep, you can kind of see how many they've trained for, right? So he looks like someone that has like I've gotten 5+ in training. I need to at least hit that because he's very fluid with under the bar. He's very confident in his movements, starting to slow down a little bit, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's moving very well. I would guess he's good for at least 5 here if he just keeps moving. Come on, and I hope I didn't just give him the commentator curse. Okay, come on, hit one more to prove me wrong.
He's taking the points. He's taking the points.
Okay. Yeah, hey, that was a good one. Great job by
Yeah.
Andrew. Fantastic run.
He's widening the gap from Jeremy and Adam currently, which is what he needed to do again, keeping that push ahead. You know, every point matters, but also setting the bar. It's hard to get that many reps done in the time frame.
Yeah.
It looks like they tossed up the updated women's scores. You want to see it for yourself, how everything shaked out, even though CJ just went over it. So they got that tossed up for you guys to check out in between these athletes. But now,
and who's this? This is Trey now, right? Mm-hmm. This is Trey Leonard.
Yep. So coming up, he's got to get more than 4. Everything's got to be fluid. That's the biggest thing with all this.
Hey, is it frozen for you?
It is currently, but I think it's because they're probably setting up and they're putting the score sheet up.
Okay, cool. Love it. Okay, so Amber got max points on that last event, I believe. Yep. Oh no, she didn't. Taylor got max points on that last event in the women's division.
Yeah, I knew it was tight between those two. So.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this women's division is going to be a battle as well.
That's what we want to see. This being an invitational, you had to earn your spot. You had to show it through. It wasn't just like, oh, anybody could sign up. You had to show why you deserved it. And these women are doing. These men are doing it.
Yeah. So this is Trey. Let's see that 200-pound bag fly. Come on, Trey. Trey's had a good day so far.
Ooh, look, nice little jerk right there.
A push jerk on the sandbag. Man, you truly can push jerk anything if you're good at it.
If you believe enough.
Yeah, if you are brave enough, you can push jerk anything.
Moving very quickly. He's going to need that much time because 4 reps in that time frame is very hard. Even though 75 seconds feels like forever. Very smart, not worrying about the height of the bag. Just keep it high enough where you can run.
Yeah, just get over your belt and go. Yeah, I agree. Wow. Okay, so he's gonna be good for. He's got to move though.
So the problem is though, right here, he's almost too explosive. One thing I talk about with my athletes is dunking when you're doing loads for reps. You don't want to send it and you just go carry it and find it. You want to get high enough and just place it down, and it lands exactly where you want to be.
He threw that about 2 feet too far, and you could see it on that second rep. It took it out of him.
Yeah.
There we go. He's on 3 now.
3, he's good. He's got his rhythm. He's got to get this 4th one though, but again, he had to work extra for that second rep.
That second rep, he had to work extra for because you're right, it fell back on him. Oh, get it over!
That's it. Yes. There it is.
Okay. And so I think he's gonna stop there at 4.
Yeah.
Hey, good one though. Good run by Trey.
Very good run. It's one of those athletes that's almost too explosive for their own good though. That's because again, push jerking means he's an explosive athlete. You know, the shouldering was great. His speed was great. Again, just overzealous. I don't know how many shows he's done in the past, how many he's worked through, but it might be one of those things that you learn to control and extend your explosiveness a lot of the time.
Yeah, he's right. You got to be smart with it. If you launch that sandbag too far, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
All right. And so we got who is this next? This is now Drew Gaines. What a name.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think a lot of the athletes need to realize that Oh, it's you have to go chase it. That's one of the biggest things when it comes to all this. So that
Yeah,
matters though. Every
that does
micro,
matter.
little bit of
You don't want
energy.
to have to waste time. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Drew Gaines is going to be going here in a second, and he's had a great day so far too. And you can see the athletes setting up their bags, trying to be intelligent about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the type of athlete that like I apologize and thank all the loaders at the end of a show because I'm like meticulous. I'm like I need this angle and this. I'm just like that. Um, are you like that too, CJ? Or you're kind of just like whatever setup, I'll just lift it.
I usually so with Sandbag, I'm very meticulous too, and that's really because of my torn bicep.
Mhm.
Um, because if I pick up by the label, that just destroys my bicep. So I have to be very, very deliberate. Oh, here we go. Okay,
Yep.
nice press.
Yep. Almost a strict press on that. Just kind of sent it.
Almost a strict press. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna see Justin Weaver will strict press this too. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Just
Uh,
statically strong athletes.
yeah, nice sandbag to shoulder. Good. Didn't waste very much time there. All right, let's get to that bag, and then let's hope for 5 on that bag over bar.
You got to book it with the 5 though. You got to like make sure every ounce of energy is just sent properly.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but I don't know if at this pace he's going to quite get to 5.
It's I think his back's just so tired. Like he couldn't get it in a good position.
No.
Um, so now at this point he's gonna looks like he's just trying to get a couple, like get a rep or two to get
Yeah,
points.
I think that's smart. Get maximize your points. Yeah, he's tired. All right, come on, you got it, Drew.
Yeah, he's got
Good.
a he's got a little bit of time. His goal at this point would try to tie Shell with 3,
Yeah,
um, or just
that's just
keep the gap and put the pressure on the people that are ahead of him currently. Because that's all you can
yeah,
really do when you know you're not going to catch the leader. You gotta decide where to put your energy.
yeah, and it looks like here he's gonna go for a second, but yeah, oh he's
Yeah.
taxed. He's taxed. And you're right, we're now pretty deep into this competition. We're midway through. At this point, guys are starting to get a little tired.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things. I've won and lost shows based upon energy conservation, understanding when to stop my reps, understanding when to gas pedal it because I know the guys on my heels. And if you don't have it by the last event, like we saw that with myself recently, it was chaos last year. I set up the gas because it just
It happens. Yeah. Energy conservation is a huge part of this. And I saw Tyler Davis do this earlier for the deadlift. He kind of just pulled when he needed to. Um, so we'll
Tyler,
see.
working with him for nutrition for OSG this past year, he's a very thought-provoking athlete. He's very good about understanding how to get the most out of things. Because he is one of those athletes that is consistently consistent. There's not a
Yeah.
weakness.
And he and I talked about, he's not the flashiest guy, but he just always does well. And he gets enough points to always be a podium guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little unstable on that press right there.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. This is Pinkerton, by the way. Sorry. This is
Yeah,
Josh. Josh is
yeah,
coming off the cross qualifiers and he qualified. So once again, congratulations to Josh. That is
yeah.
awesome.
Josh, one of those athletes. Honestly, if you gave me 10 guesses, I wouldn't have guessed him inside that. But way to prove it wrong. Very new to the 90s, so he's probably walking around about 210 to 220 right here because he got to cut back down. But definitely underweighted for
Yeah.
all this. But one of those, just good to see someone progress. That's what we like to see. Is always
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, he's really improved. I talked about a little bit on his frame to log. Like him hitting that 260 5 log day
Yeah,
is huge in terms of his progression.
yeah,
Yeah, it's nice to see a guy progress so much in just a matter of years.
yeah.
And
He's
there's
always
two
been
that do
a
really
strong
well.
deadlifter.
Very
Um,
strong deadlifter.
yeah, I expect him to do really well in this load because he's one of those athletes that just has that posterior power, right?
Yeah, and
And-
yeah, he's not a quitter either. This guy does not quit.
no, he almost doesn't know how to quit, even when he should.
Yeah, he's gonna go until he dies. See, he's gonna run back around. He's like, yeah, I got one more. I got 5.
Yeah.
Oh, he ran out of time.
He ran out of time. If
That's
you
right.
gave
Hey,
that,
great job, Josh.
if you
Good
gave
boy.
that man 5 minutes, he'd still keep going though. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
So,
he would absolutely kill himself. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of watching Pinkerton compete because I just know I'm going to see someone who is going to let himself die before he quits.
yeah, which that's commendable in an athlete because I don't have that.
I do not anymore. I will tell you, I think I used to, and now I've just gotten so old that I'm like, man, maybe it's best if I quit this time. I've lost a little bit of that edge.
uh, yeah, it's a double edged sword understanding your body, right?
It is. No, well, it's one of the reasons why too. I reached out to you for deadlift coaching. If you guys are interested, CJ has put like 200 pounds on my deadlift. So if you're looking for a deadlift coach, here's the plug.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah,
But yeah, like it's helpful to have someone who tells you. I'm glad that Josh has Tyler Davis now coaching him, because I think it's really helpful to have someone to say, hey, you know what, dude, enough is enough. Let's chill a little bit.
I mean, iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm working with you. I've worked with Tyler Davis. Tyler Davis works with Josh. I'm probably going to end up working with Josh someday on something. I've worked with Jeremy Shell. It's just you work with the people around you, even if they're your competitors. It's just good to grow from them. And oh, what a snappy press right there.
Yeah, and
Right
let's
now?
see. This is. Let me go back to my scoreboard. This is Gavin, and Gavin, yeah, Gavin's explosive, man.
That was powerful. He almost snatched.
He hit the 265 for 3 reps on that last event. And yeah, just a very explosive guy. And look, he's taking that technique. He'll just carry it low and run.
Yeah, just move it. Yeah, it saves your upper back too for the loading, honestly.
Yeah, and look, oh wow, okay, nice. Yeah, he's moving well.
Yeah.
And okay, he went under the yoke that time. I haven't seen athletes. I've seen a lot of athletes go around.
Yeah, we saw the athlete that hit 4 go under the yoke. I think that's a very good technique to have. He's almost come up on his heels too fast. He's extending too early almost. He needs to wait like half a second to get max explosiveness.
Yeah, and this is number 4, isn't it?
Yeah, because he's not pulling it high enough before he goes up on the load.
Yeah, he's going a little bit. Let's see. Come on, hit 5. Let's go. Yep.
He's strong enough.
Whoa. Get it over.
And that's unfortunately that's what I was talking about. Unfortunately, it caught up with him that he was triple extending while it was on his belly versus hitting his chest. And once you go up to those toes, you can't go any higher, right?
I wanted that so badly for him. I want that so badly. Oh, that hurt. All right, Gavin. Hey, it's all right, man. Good run.
I think Gavin, all power, explosive athlete. Patience is your key to get better. Half a second longer getting tall would have gotten that rep. Patience is what he needs, and it's because he has all the tools to get that 5th rep.
He is so explosive, man. That hurt to see. That's okay. You know what? He's gonna get it next time.
He will. No, for sure. He'll watch the video back and he'll be like, "Oh, that's where I messed up." Yeah, and it's hard in the moment when everything's cameras on you, you're running, you're trying to beat the timer. It's hard to remember maybe I should be a little more patient. Getting a little higher.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we are now on to, I believe I said Brandon, and Brandon's currently tied for 3rd place with Gavin. So this will be big if Brandon can hit 5 reps.
Yeah, he's got to be fast.
Yeah, we see a little bit of a gap. Because I know Justin. I've seen Justin's train for this. Justin will be very good on this. Tyler will, of course, be good on this. Because Tyler is not bad at anything. So nice. Come on, Brandon. Nice.
Very, very fluid.
Yeah, just extremely fluid. Very, very technically sound.
Yeah. So we've got to see. That was a good pick.
Speed.
Good fast speed. Good lean back. He's got the time to hit the 5. Now we can see see how he does on these extensions.
He came a little forward there.
He did. Yeah. And this is all going to come down to the small things that they're doing. That's what an event like this. We have to maximize your time. It's who's got the most fluid form.
Yeah. So this will be 3. Okay. So
he needs his 4th. He needs his 4th.
He needs the 4th bad, and I don't know if they're taking split times on this.
If they're not, he needs this 4th. That's a bit even bigger.
He stuck. Yeah, he extended a little too soon, just like you commented earlier.
It's again so hard not to, because you're trying to be as explosive as possible, especially coming. Here's the biggest thing about you're coming from a sandbag to shoulder, right? As one of the premier early lifts, which is all about extending and exploding into a heavy load, which is all about patience and extending. Yeah, it's a mind trick. It is a mind trick. The combination of the both of them. Again, this whole show is just about tricking the brain and understanding each implement. Because
so this is going to be interesting, CJ. Oh, sorry. Go ahead and finish your thought.
No, you're good. It's just one of those things that you watch at home, you're like, how is he doing this? And then it's you go home and try to go from an explosive movement. It could be a barbell, even. It could be just a snatch, a clean, things like that. To go into something now, you have to pick something up and load it. That's
Yeah,
heavy. It's so similar but so different in how you have to approach it and your timing.
yeah. Well, so one of the interesting things, I didn't mention this earlier, and I apologize for that. They do adjust the yoke height based on the height of the athlete. So there isn't really an advantage being super tall. I forgot to mention this earlier. I remember we went over it with Chris way
Yeah.
back. I forgot to mention it earlier. So when you see them adjusting the yoke height for the athlete in between each run, it's because each athlete has their own yoke height. And let's see Justin press this. Here we go.
It's one of those things where loading normally behooves the taller athletes,
It
but this
does.
time it's based on you. So it actually is more so like would I guess your torso length would be what helps or hurts the most, right?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I really am interested in seeing. Okay, so Justin's going to be a little bit almost too methodically here with the sandbags. Come on, Justin, get moving. You need 5 on this load because Justin is capable of doing 5. This event's going to be brutal, though, and you got to move, Justin. Come on, man. Hit
He's
5.
he just looks tired. He looks a little gassed. Oh, and he comes back on him. The first load.
Come on, Justin. Under Justin. Let's go. You got to hit 3.
He needs to tie with Shell. He needs to get those points back. There you go. He's got it. That was a good one. That was a good, no wasted energy.
Yeah, he does look tired, though. Come on, Justin. You got to fight for this, man.
It's a tough day, but it's one of those things like he's pretty far away for this one. Yep.
One
Okay.
more. Come on, Justin. Oh,
Oh man.
he's got 10 seconds. He should be able to load this. He's got to take his time, though, and be smart. Up and
He's got to
over.
set it. He's got lean. He's got lean. Oh, and he got it.
That's huge. If they're not taking time splits, that's huge. And this should set up a pretty easy victory for Tyler. I think Tyler's good for 5 here.
Yeah, he's just got to do his job. I mean, one of those
Yeah.
guys that's been the top of the game. He understands pressure, and this, that's a big factor. The amount of experience he has, he just probably isn't even nervous. I just got to do my job.
Yeah. Okay, so that leads us to our last athlete, though, for this weight class, which is Tyler. And we've talked about Tyler numerous times. We won't go over it again, but, obviously world champion, second place this year, OSG, just phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, just a consistent one. An athlete who I faced, you can't make a mistake first time, or he'll take that advantage. So
yeah, man, I really do think it had Justin hit that first rep, he could have cleared 5.
Yeah, it was just one of those things that just mental slips. Maybe it didn't feel that hard for him. He just took it for granted,
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, it happens. All right, so this is going to be Tyler.
Yep.
And let's see, they're setting up the weights for him.
Yep, getting everything where he wants to be. Again, a very methodical athlete, very calculated. It's probably the better term for it.
Man, okay. Whew.
5 would be huge points if they're not doing split time. 5 would be massive points.
5 is what he should go for. I think if I'm Tyler, here we go.
Oh,
good press.
Okay. A little bit harder than I thought it was going to be for that press. But
yeah, so
but sandbags are
yeah, I think, there we go, Tyler. Yep. Nice. Yep. Yeah, he's moving well. He's moving really well. Now he's just he might just be playing 4 here. Who knows? But I do think he's capable of 5 if he wants it. There we go. He's there.
He's one of those athletes that has this event sucks, I'm doing it all day. He's got that kind of fire in him.
Yeah, and let's see. It looks like that sandbag. Here we go. Come on now. 2. All right, yeah. He can come on now, Tyler. Yeah, keep going, man. He was a little.
He's dunking it where he wants it to be, though. I like how tight it's staying to the yoke.
Yeah. There's 4. One more.
Yeah.
Come on, Tyler. Hit 5. And he's got it. Yep, he's gonna get
5. Yep, and that's his job.
Yep, just did what he needs to do. He's gonna get max points there, and he should now have a decent lead because a lot of guys split points there.
Yeah.
So
again,
he should have really gotten a good lead there.
I think Tyler did exactly what I was talking about in the most effective way, which is placing the bag where you wanted it, right? He had all the explosiveness to send it as far as he could, right? But every
Yeah,
time he was just over the line, setting it down, just over the line, setting it down. So every time he had to clean and set up another one, he just would. It was exactly what he wanted to be, which we saw the
it was
athlete
where he wanted.
earlier send it, and it was just unused, wasted energy. Unfortunately, it looked cool. I'm not gonna lie, but that's what I mean. Tyler's not a flashy athlete. He just understands the assignment, does the job.
Yep, and I did really like that they didn't turn this into a height event because we do see that happen at shows where this definitely becomes more of a height event versus a pure strength event. So it was nice to see they kind of took the advantage out of being a super tall dude and just they I did like that.
Yeah. Looks like they're updating the scores now. Again, we should see Tyler get a pretty good jump.
Definitely.
Give him a good lead going into the next couple events,
I
which
would guess he should have about a 3 point lead here now. I
which
would
is
guess.
which is huge. I don't know how good the bag tosses are going to be
Oh,
for.
so hey, CJ, they did take split times.
Okay, then it might not be
Split,
as big. So that's benefiting Tyler, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see all of that once everything's inputted for the scores.
yeah, I do think that if it since it's based, I think that Justin was the slowest out of those guys to hit 4 reps. Um,
Because he missed that one rep was very
yeah, that's
costly.
killer. Yeah, killer. I mean, yeah, but like you said, you make mistakes here and there on these shows, and unfortunately,
You need to have a goldfish mentality though. The second that event's done, you need to move to the next one. You can't
yeah,
worry.
can't dwell on it, can't think about it, just have to move on.
Yeah, I mean, we've all had bad events. We've all messed up an event. I mean, I've gotten second to last on an event, then I won the next event. So you can make those points up, you know. So
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I'm very excited when they update these scores, see what happened. I think Justin will still be in second. I think the lead will be a little bit smaller though, a little bit slimmer. He had a 4 point lead.
and
I
again
think
with a bag toss coming up, anything can happen. Like we can see a huge shakeup with that.
yeah, and let's see. So let's look at the rules for the sandbag toss just really quick because I just can't quite remember where we're at. So yep, competitors have several bags lined up in increasing weight. Okay, heaviest bag then split times. So this will be very interesting. We talked about this. The sandbags go all the way up to 65 pounds. Now, do we see a 65-pound bag go over? Not so sure. That's a heavy bag at the end of like 8 bags.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
I mean, I hope we see one. That'd be great to see.
Yeah, I would love to see it too.
Like
So we
it's
will.
going to behoove Tyler and whoever's in first though to see what other people do. You know, and
Oh,
every athlete knows their limit. That's one of the biggest things. They know like I'm good for X, or like I have a 20% chance of hitting this, or you know, you like I've hit it once or twice. If you see an athlete blitz through a bunch of them and you want to maximize your points, maybe you take it methodical and save yourself for that 60 or 65 that you have to hit. But we'll know more once we reach that event, and that'll definitely be one of those events that can shake everything up.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think so.
Yeah, open men are coming up next for this. We still have some more of the Bubba's Gauntlet coming our way though, so we're gonna
Yeah,
see.
no, I'm excited, man. These open men, this is a heavy medley. So for the open men, I'll announce just because I have it pulled up. It's 220 sandbag press. It's a 250 sandbag to both shoulders, a 300 sandbag carry, and then a 350 over bar to finish. You hit 1 rep there, I think you're gonna win.
You think so?
I think so, just because these bigger guys too, the cardio is gonna be hard for them.
Yeah.
So we'll
Well,
see. I think one of these guys will hit a rep there and probably.
I think the winner will get at least two. I think two would be the one that steals the show. So 350 is
Yeah,
heavy though, especially at the end of all this moving.
350 is heavy, and then that's a bag that you have to lay over your toes just because it's so long. Well, maybe not for all these guys, but like
Yeah.
there's some shorter heavies here that are going to have to lay it over their toes, and that makes it a little bit more time consuming.
Yeah. Here we
Oh, here we
go.
go. All right, wow, they transitioned quick there. I was expecting a longer break. All right,
First athlete's up.
and there we go. A little delay.
Good. Good
Nice.
press.
Okay.
Good press.
Yeah, good call there too.
Yeah. Again, fair but challenging judges. You know, just Well, like the back of the shoulder starting to catch him off guard a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, and once again, the dimensions of the bodies too can have a big impact on this. In general, the wider you are and the larger the larger your torso is, your chest, your stomach, this gets a little bit more difficult.
I think it's one of those things. It's funny because we talk about like the axle clean and press, like benefits you to your stomach, right?
Yeah,
A sandbag to shoulder does not.
sandbag to shoulder does not. No,
Like a
so
yeah, leaner athlete has a better opportunity with it.
yeah, so let's see. So let's see. I think he's my live stream's a little blurry. Hopefully, it catches up here.
Yeah, to me it looks like he's just messing with the bag for a while. So
Yeah, so I think that we're going to be moving on to the next athlete here. So he got one bag to shoulder there. So the next athlete needs to get both sandbags to shoulder. But let's hope for a finished circuit.
yeah,
Man, that is a brutal medley though. My goodness.
it looks like they have the scores up if you want to check those for us as
I
well.
I I would love to. So let's see. Excuse my enthusiasm. We should have some exciting scores. Okay, so yes, Tyler opened up a 2-point lead there with 29. Justin's at 27. So Justin did not lose as many points as we thought. In fact, he actually got max points for where he was at.
Oh wow, I took second on that one.
He took second. Yeah. So Justin, I apologize. Fantastic job. Yeah. The gap stays pretty close. And now Justin's opened up a 5-point lead on the guy in third place. So look at on Gavin. So interesting.
I think Gavin did he get 3 or 4 reps on that? I thought he.
Gavin got 4, and you ready for the split times on this?
Okay.
Justin had 8 completed lifts in 24.77 seconds. Gavin, 8 completed lifts in 24.85.
Oh my god.
Oh my God. All right, go to the next lifter. We'll focus on this, but that's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, this is Zach. I believe this is Zach Kirk, unless we're off by one, which I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? We had yeah, so I think this is Zach Kirk, but we'll
Cool.
see.
Looks like a good
Nice.
shoulder for him.
Yep. And let's see. Let's get to the other shoulder. Come on now.
And this is where the non-dominant shoulder comes into play, the one that you're not used to using. So that's where it becomes the most challenging.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see.
It's like, have you ever tried to press a circus dumbbell with the opposite arm? My
Oh,
brain.
it's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, it feels weird.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to get this though. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's moved into first place for this event so far. And now let's see this 300-pound bag. Let's see it move.
He's got to at least move it some. He's got to at least get some distance with it.
Yeah, make those volunteers work. They've gotten complacent. Make them work a little.
I'm talking about his own points, but you know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree with you. Here, okay. So it looks like he did do that technique. He just kind of threw it forward, and yeah, he's gonna take whatever.
And points.
And points is right.
Hoping someone else can't move it or is too fatigued, or because you got to get at least something. Let's say someone takes forever on the shoulders, you want to at least have that 2 inches, 3 inches, foot, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah. You know, it's when we did Colorado's Strongest Man, Zach was competing in your division, and he ended up getting huge points because he just picked the Husafel and dropped it like 2 inches.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because I looked at the score, and there was one guy who got like credit for 3/4 of an inch, and then Zach got like 2.2 inches. I was like, look at that. The throw matters, damn it.
Yeah, it does. It's all those little things that add up. Because you're not competing. You just because someone is like finishes it doesn't mean every athlete will. You know, so.
Yeah, so I think we're off by one, CJ. This should be Calvin coming up here. That was Andrew. I think Rondion is a scratch for today. I don't think he showed up.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you for keeping that updated because that's too much work for my tiny brain.
No, definitely not tiny. I have the benefit of having 2 computers and then a cell phone. So.
Okay, so I got the 1 computer, 1 cell phone. That's where I'm missing. It's the second.
Yeah, so I've got a little bit. It's like a ped here, I guess. I got the 2 computers, the 1 cell phone, and maybe I shouldn't say that on air. All right, so we got our next athlete, Calvin, coming up, and he is going to finish this medley. I am sure of it.
Let's see how we do. You know, these athletes.
I think he's going to get through the 300-pound bag. I do. I think Calvin's he's an 800-pound deadlifter. He's got in him.
It's one of those things. I think it's the opposite shoulder sandbag is the biggest taxes. This bag is not light by any means. We're talking like compared to like OSG bags, it's still one of the more challenging movements, and that's to your
Yeah.
dominant side. Um,
Yeah.
and again, a lot of these heavyweights aren't at pure heavyweight too. There's such a gap it could be.
They're just big guys. Yeah, they're 231 over. It's not guaranteed that they are actually a super heavyweight.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. So we are on to. It looks like Calvin's ready to go. All right, let's see a finished medley here, Calvin. Come on now, get max points here. Clean looks easy.
Yeah, nice press.
Oh yeah, man, this judging very tough but very consistent.
Yeah, very strong athlete. Wow.
Yeah, really good.
Very explosive.
You can tell that to the shoulder he's used to look great. And okay,
Yeah.
both shoulders look pretty solid. He's got plenty of time to move this 300-pound bag and have some time to swing for that 350.
Get in the right position, see how you feel by the end of it. Because again, now you're playing some the bet on everyone else too.
Yeah. And he's a little. He's a little stuck there. Come on, get moving.
Gotta get those feet moving.
And pull. This is a hard event. If you have a large chest, this is a hard event. Nice. There we go. Okay.
Do we know how much time he has left?
I think I heard 20 seconds.
Okay.
So there's not a whole lot of time left.
Yeah. He's going to take a shot at it. He's got to be explosive. He's got the hip power to do it. We saw
he does, yeah. He definitely has the strength. Oh, yeah. I think he's going to be out of gas.
His back's just fried. That carry just fried him because it wasn't the fact that his shoulder. It was so simple and so easy, which is the beginning part of that lift. The ending part of that lift. But it's more so is picking up that 300-pound and moving it. That's where your lower back kind of gets fatigued.
Yeah, and I think that's what got him. But you know what? Hey, that's going to be big points for him. Regardless, he's going to walk out of this as the new leader for the event.
Yep.
So he can be happy there if that result.
Yeah. I'd be happy getting through the shoulders.
Yeah.
I'd be like, cool.
You're like, yep, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing any more of this.
Oh, man.
All right, so next up, we are going to move on to Nathan Barber, who he's had a great day so far. Pulled 670. The frame carried a log press. He ended up gaining some big points on, so he got second on that event. So
yeah, he's one of the athletes that actually got to the log, so if I remember correctly. So it's
I believe he actually got to the log. So
he got 2 reps.
I think he got 2 reps. Yeah,
that's why I remember correctly on that one. Yeah, so it's again an athlete that can move, powerful hip.
So let's hope he finishes through this time, and we'll just see.
Yeah, 670 pull. That could indicate can he get the 300-pound and 350 bag to the lap, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things.
It's interesting seeing different strengths, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, not saying it's not in the wheelhouse, but it's one of those things you have to kind of integrate, like where an athlete's strength lies, right? And he's an athlete that definitely has the endurance factor. We saw that with that frame moving event. But is the top end power there to get that bag in the proper position to get a load in is what we're going to find out in this.
All right, so let's see. And we're set up.
Yeah, with these heavier bags, it does take our spotters and loaders a little more time to get them set up, unfortunately. But that's just the name of the game.
They do have to save their energy because they still have a long day ahead of them.
Yeah. Luckily, the sandbag toss shouldn't be that bad for them to load and set up, but they also have one more event after that. So,
yeah, they're going to have to play this smart. It's funny talking about the gamesmanship of the volunteers because they're out to get some gamesmanship.
Hey, I mean, volunteers. If you've never volunteered for a strongman show, do it so you understand what they're doing. That's one of the big. You'll appreciate shows a lot more once you've done volunteering.
Yeah, so I think that there needs to be some love for the volunteers here because this has been a tough show. Kilo plates, having to convert the kilo plates, and then all the resetting this medley. The frame log wasn't easy. Yeah,
yep.
Give the volunteers some love.
Yeah, buy them a beer after the show or something. Yeah,
buy them a beer. That's right. All right, so let's see. So I think that we're getting ready here, and we only have a few more athletes left. So. We're getting down to, and then we're going to move on to this 4th event. Man, the show is moving quick.
Very quick on that, yeah. So that's again, it shows the effectiveness of the planning. Again, shout
Yeah.
out to the promoters for setting all this up, and especially able to facilitate a live stream virtually for us to do this is another feat they've done. So
Yeah, and this has been really fun. I hope in the future this catches on. This has been fun to do. All right, here
yeah,
we go. Here we go. He's getting ready. He's getting down.
in position. Always having trouble getting in the right spot.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, he's got to his chest now. Okay. All right, man. Way to make that press look like nothing.
Well, the one benefit of what he did, which is I think it's someone that doesn't have the top end strength. I'll talk about a little bit while he's doing the setup. Is when he sat, the sand settled at the bottom. So when he spun it, it was heavier at the top to make the press easier. So if someone doesn't have, so if
Ah,
someone doesn't have the top end strength to fully press something of that weight, you can use the implement's weight to advance, let the sand set. Okay, the sand's at the bottom, flip it and get it above your head as fast as possible to make it easier for yourself.
yeah, that you are so right. That was a huge benefit. He got a little bit toughness there on. Oh, did he get credit? I don't think he got credit for that. I don't think he got sat far enough
Uh,
back.
but that's just something a good tip for any athlete out there that's like struggling with that top end strength on anything that's sandbag related is understanding how the sand shifts and how to utilize that to your advantage.
Yeah, yeah, that is a huge tip. Very beneficial. All right. Well, hey, you know what? Good run there.
I
And I think,
mean, he
yeah,
gave us talking points on a great technique that he, like I said, someone that is compared to other athletes as a great mover that might not have the static strength yet can kind of middle ground it for a while till you get strong enough.
yeah. And now we're gonna get to see Colt Swanson, who's once again had a really good day. Let's see. He had, I believe, he was our top puller today. He pulled 849 pounds.
Okay, so an athlete
Which,
that doesn't necessarily need to use that technique, but all he needs now is one load, which is what you said. You called this one. If he gets one, he wins the event, or it's just a
yeah,
fact.
for these big guys, man. Like I sometimes compete locally as a super heavyweight. And I'll tell you, like for these big guys, some of these local shows are almost sometimes too light for them, where the lighter guys can get a little bit of an advantage from the cardio element.
Yeah,
Um, obviously we're not seeing that here because this medley is heavy as hell. Um, but shout out to these super heavyweights. This is hard to do at a heavier body weight. This medley.
yeah. You got to move all that weight too, not just stand there.
Yeah, yeah. As a guy who's bulking up to the U105s, let me tell you, it doesn't get easier the bigger you get necessarily.
Yeah,
you know.
we both know the bulk life lately, but you're
Yeah,
a little ahead of me. So
yeah. Those potatoes, man. I'm running my poor wife poor off all the potatoes I'm eating.
at least it's potatoes. It could definitely be more expensive things you're running for on.
That's true. That's true. All
So
right, here we go. We are set up, and let's see.
this should be our final athlete, correct?
I believe so, but I'm worried that I'm off one. So this is I think this might be Jonathan Colt. I believe is a little bit larger. So our last athlete may have been Colt. So this may be Jonathan.
Oh,
We'll see when they have to. Oh, they get it. Yeah, he
you got credit for it.
got
Okay.
credit for it.
It's hard to
Okay.
tell some angles, but like again, the strict judging is always good.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm wondering if someone. All right, come on now, keep going. Wow,
So this
this
is
is
where
just awkward.
there you go. It's awkward, and this is where sitting it actually hinders you. Right on the shoulder, the sand sits to the bottom, and now the heaviest part is in front of you versus above you. So that's one of those things. It's like I understand that sometimes it's you want to sit there and compose yourself, but a sandbag to shoulder, honestly, if you can get that sand to flip for you, that's what you want.
Yeah, and so he's okay. I think he's going to finish this 300-pound bag and get some major points.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
will.
think he'll necessarily top our fastest time.
Well, no matter what, right now he's in second place just because he moved it past like that 1 foot line. You
Yeah,
know,
I think if I think I'm going to stop here. I think. Oh, did he miss it? Okay.
yeah,
I think I'm going to stop here. Yeah, he's done.
yeah,
Okay.
that's smart, smart, smart. Get the points. You left 1 point on the table for a maybe. A big maybe at that.
Yeah. So hey, he got max. He got as many points as he was going to get there. Good for good for him. He's
Yeah.
ready for the next event.
Enough
All right.
second
So
place to win your show.
yep. All right, so I think now we are. That must have been Colt because now we are on to Jonathan.
Okay. So sorry about that, everyone watching at home. We're just a little behind some of this, but
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna work on being a little better. We're not quite as familiar with the super heavyweight athletes as we are the other weight classes. So if we get names wrong, once again, we apologize. Um, Tough to see from these angles.
yeah. But the main thing, I think, is just highlighting their form, highlighting what they're doing, and just the feats they're able to accomplish. Because no matter what, one showing up is a huge feat. 'Cause this is a heavy show, no matter what.
This is
Just
a very heavy show.
as it should be, being an invitational, which we like to see. We don't like seeing rep fests. I mean, they're fun for an extent, but it's not what our sport's built around.
Yeah, and so we definitely we appreciate seeing these guys push themselves, these heavier weights. And yeah, this I believe this is our last athlete here for this event.
All right,
He looks ready to go.
focused.
Yep,
He knows task.
calm,
Again, do
kind of
we pace ourselves or do we try to sprint through it? That's the question of it all. He's got to finish the.
I think I'm going to try to sprint through it. If I'm John, I think I'm trying to sprint through this. But we'll see. Once again, it just all depends. I think that 350 bag is tough.
There it is. Okay, I got the press.
He got the press. Yeah, I was a little concerned. So that technique with one hand over, one hand under, that's tricky. We saw the last athlete do that as well, and it's very hard to give the down call on that because it's hard to tell when the weight's actually locked out.
Well, it's also one of those things. He did the opposite of where it is, where you're holding it up here. The more it sits, the heavier it gets. So
That made it a little tougher, but yeah, he's making good time though. I think he's going to pick up good points here.
Yeah, I mean, again,
run.
He's got to get at least more than 1 foot. Now this is going to matter on split time.
Yep, and I think he's gonna. Yeah, that should have been good for the split time.
Yeah,
I would think that would be good for the split time.
Is he going to go for the bag?
I think he's gonna go for the bag just for the sake of honor, but I don't think he necessarily needs to.
I mean, if he gets it, that's max points versus secondary. I think he's secondary.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's tough. That 350 bag at the end of that medley, that's really, really hard.
All right. Well, looks like we got all the super heavies are done with that one, or all the heavyweights, I should say. No one got the bag, unfortunately, but that's name of the game sometimes. These guys were pushed, definitely. And just one of those tougher events. Bubba's Gauntlet is living up to all the hype we thought it was going to.
Yeah, that was a really tough event. It was fun to see the athletes, end up the middleweights hitting some reps. But this was for the women and the super heavyweight men. That was a very difficult medley. So shout out to them for giving it their best shot. I believe, we should be. Okay, looks like Jeremy. Is that Jeremy messing around with that bag? Oh, Jeremy.
He's just like, what's going on with this?
All right.
Looks like they're going to be updating scores here in a second.
Yep, maybe not the smartest decision there to go shoulder that, but that's okay. All right. Let's see.
But your pride wanted it, that's
your pride wanted it for sure. Okay, so let's see.
Cool. All right, so we got a few minutes here. There's something that gets scores up in about 2 to 3 minutes. So, what was your biggest takeaway from that event, you think?
So my biggest takeaway is just seeing how much, an inch one way or the other makes a difference, because we saw, obviously I think Tyler was going to take that last event regardless. But, I think Justin was very fortunate to beat that split time by the fraction he did, because he would have felt really, really bad if that first rep that he missed made the difference,
Yeah.
So like you talked about earlier, though, just that small mistake one way or the other can really make a huge difference.
Yeah,
and we saw some leads open up too. I know in the women's class, we got Amber and Linus now tied for first, which is huge. Tyler and Justin are still in a tight race. It looks like Gavin did make some. Gavin does have some leeway now between him and fourth place. But now we got Josh Pinkerton, Brandon tied for fourth place. So, across the board, we have some battles going on. What about for you? What was your biggest takeaway?
just seeing all the different techniques. I love figuring it out. One of those things, like, because everything about body dimensions, everything's about the movement patterns, everything's about what works best for you, especially in this sport. And sandbags are one of those tricky events that just you have to understand some physics to get the most out of it, or just be that strong. I'm
Yeah.
unfortunately have never been that strong to get away with it a lot of the time. So I've had to I like the methodical, the calculated mindset on each one of them. So again, shout out to Tyler for taking that calculated plan to where you put it each time. I forgot which athlete it was, the one that sat it in his lap. I'm not sure if he thought about that, but that was kind of cool to see it sit. The flip made the press easier. Things like that. That just take away 1 to 2% to 3% of the lift. Just how to save your energy and how to utilize the implement to do the work for you.
Yeah, big time, big time. So we did have Jonathan ended up taking first in that event, getting through four implements in 53 seconds. So he now has a 2 point lead over Colt. Colt got second on or got third on that event. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Jonathan got second. Calvin took that event. So now we have a really tight super heavyweight division. Jonathan has 19 total points. Colt has 17, and Calvin is at 16.
Okay.
So yeah, so man, it's really going to come down to it. Nathan Barber has 14. So yeah, this is still anyone's game here.
Yeah, and especially with bag toss coming up next, anything can change. I've seen point leads go away when you have a giant lead with just one bag toss getting last place in that. So these athletes have been training for it. But I think we're going to go to commercial here in a second. So I think it's going to be a good time. And it looks like we'll set up for event 4 here soon. So
Yeah, so let's take a second. CJ, in about 5 minutes. Live streamers plan to come back in about 5 minutes. Thank you guys for joining us.
cool.